Hey, thanks for watching this review. Before we get started, if you're trying to choose the best surf skate for you, then I invite you to get my Ultimate Surf Skate Selector at surfskate.love. The Surf Skate Selector includes over 100 models from the top 10 surf skate trucks, including Aquilo, Carver C7 and CX, Curveboard, Slide, Smooth Star, Spice Skate, Swelltech, Waterborne, and Yow. All you have to do is answer 8 quick questions and the Surf Skate Selector automatically eliminates every model that doesn't meet your specifications and gives you a very small list of only the very best surf skate models for you. So click the link in the video description below to get the Ultimate Surf Skate Selector now. I'm in Oceanside, California. I'm joined by Gabe Frager, who is a very advanced rider, excellent surfer, surf skater, and he really shines at cross-stepping. And so I've asked Gabe to test ride all of these surf skates to help us all understand which of these surf skates are best for cross-stepping.
One. Surfing's not even that hard.
So Gabe, you've had a chance to try out all these. Let's start with the Surfskate trucks themselves. What were the standout ones for you for cross-stepping specifically?
I really like the CX truck. It was really stable.
Is that like your number one standout, Carver CX for cross-stepping?
That's what I'm gonna go to, yeah.
How about like your top kind of 2 to 3 standout ones that you liked?
The slide one is pretty fun. For another one, if I was gonna use it, probably not the 7, but I'll go with the Yao one because it has a real nice surf feel. It's still pretty stable, but it does have that little like backfire that the other trucks don't have.
Which of these trucks would you absolutely not recommend for cross-stepping at all?
Definitely the Waterborne and the Swelltech. The Waterborne, you can almost use it. I can't use this one either. The Felipe Toledo. What is this?
The Smooth Start
Smooth
Thruster.
Start. Yeah, I can't use that one either.
Why? Why is this one a challenge for you for cross-stepping?
It's just focused like pretty much for surf training, and this is kind of it's kind of set up as like a thruster surfboard. So it's nothing like riding a longboard, or you could cross step on it, but it doesn't have the same feel.
Which of these do you think best replicates the actual feel of being in the water?
I'm gonna have to go with the CX one, just because I can pump it, I can make deep carves, and at the same time, I still have the stability of like riding like a single fin, or even riding a thruster or a twin fin. It's not like if I was hopping on a Yao where I feel like I'm riding just a shortboard thruster, or I'm riding on like the Felipe Toledo board. This is very versatile. The CX trucks are really versatile.
Which of these do you think would be the most stable and best for beginners who want to learn cross-stepping?
I would go the CX, and if you want this, the C7 could work too. The reason why I didn't like it is just how I hopped on it didn't feel really adjusted. So I'm gonna definitely have to adjust that truck.
And that actually is something worth noting, that the C7 is a lot more adjustable than others, and that's something that we didn't really even play with. That's probably something we should go into in another video, but something to take note of. One thing I've been surprised about, Gabe, is that you haven't mentioned anything about the curve board. And Joey Daly and I both thought that this was good for cross-stepping. You, as an excellent cross-stepper, have not said anything about the curve board. Why?
Well, when I first got on it, I was kind of fascinated, and I was kind of going downhill, and I was able to get little carves and even cross-step. It had stability to it. But then when I got on a second time, I didn't quite have the same experience, and not only the deck felt flat, so when it felt flat, that's easy to cross step, but then the deck have a little in groove. But we're not talking about the deck, we're talking about the trucks. Honestly, the trucks just don't really feel like surfing at all. It's a different type of motion, different feel.
Is it like too stable? What is it that doesn't feel like surfing to you?
It's just that, like how all the other trucks have another incline, these kind of just go back and forth. They just kind of pivot in one direction. So if you think about it, if you were like on a wave, your surfboard doesn't go back and forth. It's also going to go to rail to rail.
Gotcha.
And I'm lacking that.
So you're missing that dimension.
You get a little bit of the feel with the back truck, a little bit of rail action, but not much.
But does that not make it stable and therefore good for beginners learning cross-stepping?
Yeah, if you want, but then if you end up staying on that board for a long time, you switch to a regular or different surf skate, like a Carver, you're gonna have to reteach yourself how to surf skate again, because it's when you're used to this equipment, you get on something else. So yeah.
Which of these decks stood out to you most for cross-stepping specifically?
For cross-stepping, anything but like a wider deck feels nice, and more of a mellow concave. I don't need something with too aggressive concave. So if you look at the Tyler Riddler board, it's a pretty long deck.
So this is the Carver Tyler 777.
777.
Is this of all these you've tried, this is pretty much your favorite for cross-stepping, is it not?
Yeah, and I do like the new slide skate one that you brought out. I never skated that board today.
Yeah.
I do like this board a lot.
And this slide was a standout one for you as well. What do you like about this for cross-stepping?
It's like I said, it's wide. It has a little bit of length to it. You have still a little bit of width in the tail, so your foot's not like overhanging, because you want a little bit of stability for their back foot, of course. And the nose, it's nice and full. You can get up on the nose, hang 5, hang 10 if you want, you know. Has a little swallowtail, so It's like a surfboard. Now, I don't know if it's really functional to have a swallowtail, but it sure does look nice.
This one here is a new collaboration between Hot Buttered Surf and Slide. What do you think of this one for cross-stepping? This one's a little bit narrower than that other Slide Neem Pro.
So yeah, that's the only letdown is the narrower in the tail, but it keeps this style of kind of like a surfboard, but it having so much length, there's plenty of room. Like it's like a whole dance floor right here, and it's cool too. You have this little pin line, kind of like a stringer on a surfboard.
But between these two, this new Hot Buttered one and the Neem Pro, you would go with the Neem Pro, not this one.
The tail's like this, I had to go with that one. Yeah.
So it's like this back here is like, it's cute, but it's not really functional.
Yeah, I mean,
it
if
means
you're
you
just
can't
doing
really do much.
if you're just doing dancing and maybe just cruising down the street or just down the Strand or wherever you go, this is kind of functional for that. But if you want it, this is a better deck for dancing and carving. So
Talk to me about the Spice Skate. What was your take on this one for cross-stepping?
it's pretty fun. It has a lot of width. You can still carve around, get a few cross steps on it. When you're cross stepping in the truck like pivots too much on the side, it's real easy just to step on the board and almost just fall or catch yourself on the wheel.
Gabe, you rode the Aquilo today for the first time, and you were kind of pleasantly surprised by that. What was your take on this one for cross-stepping?
It's definitely not something I'm going to go to as a cross-stepping board.
And why not?
It didn't have the same organic feel. Now, maybe if I put these same trucks on a longer deck, I might get a different result, but it felt pretty tight and on the carves.
So this one might be a little bit misleading just because of the length of the deck, and we might want to try this one on a longer deck to get a full feel for the Aquilo for cross-stepping.
Yeah, exactly.